And out of the Disney Tourist blog, one of our favorite websites out there by Tom Bricker, Disney World expands Magic Kingdom ferry fleet for the first time in over 50 years. Oh my gosh. Walt Disney World has announced a major investment in getting guests to Magic Kingdom ahead of the park opening, its largest expansion ever in Cars and Villains Lands. Okay, Tom, that's not coming out for many years. For the first time, and he's right. Okay, that was snippy of me. Tom, you're right. I'm wrong on that one. For the first time in over 50 years, the iconic fleet of ferry boats is going to grow. Here's the latest about the additional changes. As basic background, ferry boats are one of two transit systems guests use to travel between TTC and Magic Kingdom, the other being the monorail. Due to the growing crowds and heading towards TTC parking at the end of each night, Disney has been working on streamlining transportation for a while. This is just the latest step, and one that is already needed even before Piston Peak and Villains Land debut in 29 to 2031. So he had it. That's what I don't like, is when people think that it's going to open anytime now. Says there's been some changes. 2014, they added a second ferry boat dock. In 2021, Disney added second level ramps for quicker unloading the ferry boats. Okay, so cast members have gotten really good at getting the guests out of there. Okay, Tom, let's go. Where is it? Come on. Okay, here we go. For the first time since 1976, Walt Disney World is expanding its fleet of ferry boats that provide free transportation starting next year. The brand new 120-foot long ferry boat will set sail, increasing the fleet from 3 to 4 ferries at Walt Disney World. The new vessel will fit seamlessly alongside Walt Disney World's existing ferry boats with a similar capacity, look, and feel. A team of engineers and craft workers have been hard at work designing and building the new ferry boat. It's actually been under construction at a marina in Florida, and it'll soon be shipped in pieces to Walt Disney World property over the next couple of weeks. All right, this is hugely needed. There are times when the monorail is down and you are stuck, and it is awful. Now, I don't know if this is still even enough, but this is much needed and much anticipated. And it's not the kind of thing we typically cover, but I got to say, MJ, the ability to get out of Magic Kingdom, I have been there when the monorail is down, and at the same time, the mobile Disney app went down. Monorail and the app at the same time. And I'm telling you, people were stranded, and it had to do something to do with electrical. That was earlier this year. People were stranded. The line to the ferry went all the way to the entrance of Magic Kingdom. Like there was, you walked out of Magic Kingdom and there was the line, and people couldn't really get to, restaurants to get food. It was awful. So this is a step in the right direction, MJ, but I think honestly, they need more options for how to get in and out of Magic Kingdom. What say you?
Absolutely. It's much, much needed. I mean, for example, this weekend, I don't think it was that packed. It was very minimal on the ferry boat. But like you said, when the monorails are down or the friendship boats are out of commission, this is like a lot of strain goes on the ferry boats. So this having a fifth one is very, very, very necessary. I wonder if they're going to do an additional dock, because from what I saw over the weekend, I only saw the one dock when they first grab you from the ticket and transportation center. And then I guess the fleet, they take turns, and then they have the other docks once you get to the kind of like the entrance of the Magic Kingdom. But this is very necessary. These boats are in rough shape. When we first boarded the ferry boat, because everyone wanted to, I always ask, how do you guys want to get there? Oh, ferry boat. Okay. So when we get on the boat and we're boarded, and before they actually, turn on the engines and all those things, the view that we had, it is in rough shape. I actually sent you the picture. I don't know if you want to show these fine folks. Yeah, they just need to spruce up the whole thing, from the boarding to the boat itself to the little, I don't even know what that thing is called, the little, it's like not an island. People tend to throw coins and scrunchies and rubber bands on it. I'm like, someone needs to paint that and clean it. It's just old, yeah, that's in rough shape. That's not it's an eyesore, because you're sitting there waiting for a while before the boat starts moving. You have the Magic Kingdom that you can look at, and the Poly and all that other stuff. But if you're on the wrong side of the boat, that's what you're looking at. It's just ugly. It's ugly. I don't know. They need to do a fifth boat for sure.
Even more than ugly, Culture, we recently had a lawsuit, or did we go to lawsuit, or was it just an incident? It's a lawsuit, right, Culture, where the ferry kind of crashed?
Yeah, I believe several people are pursuing lawsuits, but I haven't kept up with that one. But yeah, the ferry decided to, ram into the pier it really ruffled a lot of people's feathers and caused a trash can and some other collisions between humans and railings and stuff. So not spectacular.
And just so people know, culture, there's going to be a question out there, and we understand people don't study these sorts of things, but people might say, well, why not use the boat from Rivers of America? But that's really not possible. That it cannot be added in this kind of way, right, culture?
No chance.
Right. Yeah. Zero chance whatsoever. So just letting people know out there, there will be those who ask. It's not designed for this sort of thing. It would have to be retrofitted with, entrance and exit for the ferry ramps and complete.
It doesn't meet ADA or as far as I'm.
No, you're right.
Well, I believe if you have a wheelchair, they'll let you on. They have a special ramp, but it requires a track system, and this is why it cannot be added to the fleet of the ferry boats that take you from the transportation center to the Magic Kingdom. But culture is absolutely correct. You cannot add, but they do have plans for her. She is parked. They, I think Bio Reconstruct
has shown that it's still parked out on the Bay Lake dock, the service dock that's near, where is that service dock? It's on the...
It's part of the canal system that allows the electric light parade that happens on the water.
That's right.
No. The electric light parade is over. It's on the west side of Magic Kingdom. Where the Liberty Bell is located, I believe, is on the northeast docking station. That's northeast of Contemporary, right?
So culture, those boats that go out when they send out the electric parade, there's like these little boats with workers that go and make sure everything's copacetic. I think that's what you're talking about. That's where she's parked. Those other little tiny little boats, they're really tiny. I don't know what they're called. I forget.
You can pull it up, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
As I do this, I'll say too, the monorail's been having problems. I'm not necessarily a fan of the Skyliner.
No,
I'm not a fan of it, but it's a better transportation system than we've got for Magic Kingdom. Okay.
You were supposed to get a people mover instead of that stupid Skyliner that would connect all of the parks and, help with the load for the monorails.
Well, that would be beautiful.
This is the canal where they park the electric parade over here. It goes behind the parade warehouses where the Liberty Bell is docked right now is over here in this service marina that's northeast of the Contemporary, northeast of Contemporary, near the monorail bus station up in here.
So those little boats, so those docks have like little boats, and when you're on the ferry, you see the I think they're cast members, and they come out and they're just making sure everybody's okay and the boats are getting to and from safe and sound. I don't want to say they're lifeguards. I don't know what they are. They're kind of like the Disney World Coast Guard, the Coast Guards of Disney World. There you go. If you fall overboard, they come get you.
This is a construction area back here. This is a maintenance bay that's hidden. No guest would ever get access to this. Bio Reconstruct gets access to it by being up in the air.
No, hang on a minute. All I have to do is rent a Sprite boat. I bet you I can find my way through there.
They would not be happy if this would be the view from Bay Lake, right? So they would not be happy if you went to this one little area and took a turn and it's also, you want a fun fact for folks out there. It's not far away from all the residents of Bay Lake, the quasi city. Here's the mobile homes that Disney hides also in that same area for their quasi city that got them in some trouble. Yeah, that's all. There's Bay Lake. Where's the mayor? Which mobile home does the mayor live in of the city of Bay Lake? Oh, we kid. If you want to know where the marinas are for the boats that people can rent for fun, those tend to be over here. They've got one at the Grand Floridian as well on Contemporary, but they've got them located over here at the Grand Floridian. And I'll tell you, I miss all the fun that used to be on the water. That largely has gone away now. These are the Contemporary ones. You don't see almost anybody at all renting boats. You remember there used to be
there was people on Saturday renting them and driving them around Bay Lake. Yeah, absolutely. They drove around the ferry right where we were passing through. And for those that don't know, it's like $30 for like a half an hour, which is pretty reasonable in my opinion to go on Bay Lake.
What I mean is it's not the way that it used to be back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, that used to be a huge focus, and maybe it's because of Discovery Island, but you used to see pictures of like Goofy on water skis and all that kind of stuff. And it was such a, it was a fun thing. They really used Bay Lake and the Seven Seas Lagoon in a way that they don't anymore.
They don't utilize it at all like they used to, Pro. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I would highly recommend, now that we're in May and we're approaching hurricane season here on the West Coast, for the Walt Disney World Resort and Universal Resort, if you guys are visiting the theme parks, if there's inclement weather and you feel like it's not safe enough to get on a ferry boat because of the winds and the rains and all this and this and that, I would highly recommend taking the buses. I know you guys probably are not crazy about the bus system. Take the bus. I think it's the safest way to get back to your resort, and probably stay away from the monorail and the ferry boat, because those two can easily go out of commission a lot quicker than one of the buses. So,
MJ, have you done the minivans? Have you tried those? I've never done one of them. Have you ever?
I don't want to. I'm pretty frugal. I don't really, it doesn't attract my attention enough to go on the Lyft app and request a minivan. For me, I'm content just getting on a Disney bus, and I get excited because I don't know which characters are going to be on the buses, and me and my kids have a good time with that. So that's just
it's fun. It's a fun game to play for sure.
It is
fun game to play for sure. What's the best resort in terms of getting on the buses? Would you say Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom? What's the best one? I don't like Animal Kingdom because of how far you have to walk to the bus station. It's a long way out there. Magic Kingdom, man, is it ever crowded?
Yeah,
I think I might go with
Hollywood
Studios.
Oh, Epcot. Yeah, Hollywood Studios and Epcot. When you exit the park, it's just right there.
Yeah,
it's just right there. But like Culture was saying, a people mover would be so awesome to connect all the parks together.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice?
It would be great. It would be great. Yeah, I don't know how they would do it with weather, but yeah, it would be really, really nice.
Oh, it'd be elevated, and it would also allow for space for Disney Run events. Imagine how that gets people off and up on the footpaths and all kinds of other things. They could shade it with solar panels and drive them that way. Like I said,
money. I forget the number.
Plenty of it. But
we cited a number not long ago how much it now costs to build 1 mile of monorail track, and it was absolutely insane.
In the billion area, something like that.
Monorail expansion's not going to happen, but hey, there's a new ferry on the way, and we say that's a good thing.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media account.